Okay, we are on record.
Okay. I'd like to call the Village of Mount Sterling Council meeting, January 13th, 2020, to order. Now the roll call, please.
Hold on just a second, sorry. David?
Here.
Andy?
Here.
Craig?
Here.
Becky?
Here.
Jay?
Here.
Reverend Blankenship, would you like to lead us in prayer, please?
Start is, if you know the Lord's Prayer and you'd like to join me, please feel free to join me. Our
Father,
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into
Temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Please join us for the Pledge of the United States. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to amend the agenda. Our reasons being we have additional items added to the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
David?
Yes.
Andy?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Becky?
yes.
Jay?
Yes.
You all have received minutes for the council meeting on December 9th and the special meeting held on December 20th. I'd like to ask for a motion to approve those minutes.
You got that motion?
A second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
David?
Yes.
Andy?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
And if I may pass this around and capture your signatures, that would be great. Everybody's in different seats.
While they're passing that around, I'd like to make the mayor's comments. I first became part of this council in March of last year. I had some experience attending meetings such as this and reporting about my job as Parks and Rec Director in West Jefferson. I found this to be much more enlightening to sit on this side of the table and really get a closer look at how the legislative process works. I learned a lot from the council, and I served with, as well as Mayor Martin and Courtney Bricker. But what I've discovered in the last 13 days is that this is just the beginning, just like the new year. There'll be many more questions. There'll be things I don't understand until it is explained to me a time or two. And as Courtney can attest, we've already been down that route. There may be questions that you have that I may need to defer to someone else with more knowledge. But I will learn, and being transparent, you will learn too. I look forward to this challenge, and I appreciate your vote of confidence in electing me your mayor. At this time, we'll go to public comments, and Mr. Stage from Shadle Lane, would you like to bring up your topic of a light in town?
About the light over the top of the flag in this place. It's been out for 5 months. And like I said, just seeing what comes up this time when you got the light.
Is the light where, please?
Nope, it's out.
No, where?
The
Right
flag.
on the corner with the flag.
Oh.
The flag.
On our property?
Yes,
Okay.
Street lights also
yes.
Okay, thank you.
I have more later on because I got other issues I'm going to bring up here in the future.
Okay, you're going to spread it out, make it easier for me? Thank you. Any other public comments at this time? Yes, sir.
Updates on the MP on the streets.
Yes, I will say that the Streets Committee did meet, and we have started to draft that and what the overall direction will be on that. That was actually unfortunately not passed by prior council meeting, so it will be either at the next one or the first one in February, if I'm looking at the clerk correctly. So, yes, we will have legislation for everyone to review in advance. It'll be on a 3-reading process like everything else should be, and everyone will have an opportunity to take a look and give us feedback as to if that's the right way to go. Thank you.
Anyone else? We do not have an executive session today, which brings us down to department reports. Sheriff's Department, Mr. Dill?
Okay. I'll give each one of you a copy of we call these the natures. This is for the entire year of last year. And if you go through it, it tells you how many numbers of whatever it is. Let's say domestic dispute. There was 25 domestic disputes. Domestics are what we consider domestic violence, and there was 23 of those. And these are all, everything you're looking at is just right here within the corporation limits of Mount Sterling.
So if it's something in Burr Oaks or something, it's not in
It's
this
not on
report.
this. So if you look, animal complaints, 53 for the year. That's, seems kind of high for.
Was that mostly dog bites then,
It's
Jack?
not dog bites, it's just animal complaints. It could be
Okay,
cats,
okay.
dogs, birds.
Where would speeding or something like
Traffic stop.
traffic stop? Okay.
Look on the back, the last page,
Yeah.
it says traffic stops 277,
Okay.
which from, I don't remember the numbers, but since 2013, those have increased each year.
Okay.
So that's going up. It doesn't tell us, the CAD systems, excuse me, doesn't tell us how many citations were issued out of those traffic stops. I don't know if there's a way we can incorporate that when a citation's issued to be able to put that with that. It just tells us how many traffic stops were made here in the village.
Are you seeing anything in particular that's jumping at an alarming rate?
At an alarming rate, open doors. If you look at that, 45 open doors,
Is that businesses or homes?
businesses and homes, and that's officer initiated. So the officers are looking, and they're the ones finding this stuff.
So when they come down Wingate Place and I leave my garage door open, is that considered that, or?
That's an open door.
Like
If
at
it's,
night,
if
I
it's
just left it
3 in
open.
the morning, we're gonna wake you up.
Right, well, yeah, never been that, never been that late, no, I'm just
Yeah,
curious if that
but
was
I'm just-
considered.
I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah.
Normally, if the deputy sees it at that time of morning, he's gonna wake you up, just to make sure everything's okay, and let you know you forgot the clothes.
One good thing I see here, Jack, about suspicious persons, like, it's really good that we check on them. I say it's 102, so that keeps a good eye on what, if somebody shouldn't be in a neighborhood, so that's really good.
Right, it's somebody that's either, it's somebody walking. So the deputies are gonna check. That's a suspicious person. Same with suspicious vehicles.
Okay.
If it's in a neighborhood that we've never seen it in, they're gonna check it. So that's what that is.
Does anybody else have any other questions?
Anybody back here have questions?
Jack.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm not riding around at nights. If I see that, I just call the sheriff, just go knock on the door politely.
Call
Yeah.
us.
Huh?
Call us.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
'cause-
just want to know, because when I go ride around nights, I usually check everything, but I have a light on my car flashing that way. They know who I am going through.
Right, but we don't want somebody opening the door to every Joe Schmo. So call us, let us knock on the door, and they can look out and see us. Okay.
Thank you.
Well,
I think I'd be calling you if I saw a light shining in my door. Somebody knocking on my
and that's,
door.
that'd be the next case. We'll get on you knocking on the door.
Law Director's report, we'll defer to Andy on this topic.
Good evening. We do not obviously have a law director. After a distinguished time with service with Mount Sterling, I think it was 20-some odd years, Our law director decided to retire at the end of 2019, and so as a result, we are in the process of a review of the law director's scope and responsibility, and we welcome anyone interested who is potentially in the community to submit a letter of interest, and the council will be meeting at some point here in the next few weeks to discuss job responsibilities, a job description, and we'll be proceeding forward with posting that.
Utilities clerk, your report, please.
There's been some questions regarding, I'll just bring it up now, some questions regarding the increase on the bills. And, you know, there's just gonna stop their rumors now. It's not another $50. It's not 16, it's 1.6% of the usage. So it's not your entire bill. It's just, it's so on a regular bill that's $82.78, it'll be cents on it. And so I don't, just stopping the rumors now. So I don't know if, you know, if any questions, it's 1.6, and it's 1.6% of $13.98. That's what in-town residential, unit of usage is. It's different for the businesses, different for out of town, but in this having it's, for the water and sewer, it's $13.98. So, and if anybody ever needs a breakdown of that, I can give that to them, like, it will not, yes, Becky?
So, you're saying it's 1.6% of only the $13.98
Of each usage.
of each usage. So if they use one usage, 1.6% is 22 cents. And if they use 3, we're talking about 66 cents on their entire bill. Okay. Just want to make sure that's
Okay.
clear. Okay.
And like I said, it's different depending if you're out of town or businesses. The prices are a little bit different. What else is there? And again, we would put the breakdown on the bill. This has been another question, a breakdown on the postcards that you receive, but there's not enough lines that would fit on there. I think, and they tried to, the software company tried to give us an example of one. She wrote the code, put it on there, and it would not all fit. All the breakdown of the lines.
But anybody has the opportunity to come in and talk to you, and you can pull it up for them and show them, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So received quite a few payments today. I still have around 300 to put in. And Courtney, thank you for helping me. I don't know what I would have done without you today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So I have right now around 81 delinquents, about $17,000 right now in delinquents. So hopefully a large portion of those will be in there. So at the next meeting, there will be a more accurate report, because all the payments will be, I should have those all entered. It's very unlikely I can't get them in the same day. Yes?
So the 81 delinquents that total 17,000, those, obviously, the current bills are not even due for 2 more days. So these are delinquent from last month or more.
21st, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I think that is about it. And like I said, it will be hopefully a whole lot lower, near to nothing, the next meeting. I try to get the payments in every single day, it couldn't have happened today. I do have a couple of thank yous to the guys, to George and Jason, from Mr. Culp, Lee Culp, and from Kevin Bowser. They wanted to show their appreciation, so I thought I'd pass that on to the guys. They got a job done quickly, got out there right away, helped them out, and they, like you said, they were really thankful. And that's what we're here for.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does anybody else have any other questions for her? Thank you. Fiscal officer report.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Marcy. And also with Jay as our new member, and re-elected David Timmons. I don't have a lot coming into the new year. In front of you, you guys do have those financial reports. Those would be from the month of December. Again, those are for the reconciliation for the December bank rec. But I do have one thing that I know that David speaks on a lot for Blockwatch, but I had a council member bring this letter into me It looks like it's addressed from next door, is what it says. I don't know if anybody's been receiving these letters, but again, this is a scam, so I want to make it clear that nobody should be responding to this. Don't go onto the website and click join.
Right.
Again, we don't have an international walk to school day. So obviously, we don't have a school here, so that really doesn't apply to us. So if anybody's trying to be a neighborly neighbor and say this is some sort of free private online network for Mount Sterling, again, we here at Town Hall do not know anything about this. Our block watch is actually not conducting anything like this.
Courtney, I had people bring me 20 copies of that to my house, and I told them to throw them in the wastebasket. This is a scam.
Again, you know, if anything, any type of program like that is coming out, obviously we'll be the first ones to hear to know. So I just want to make sure that if anybody's getting this in the mail, that's not.
It is confusing, because when I moved here, there is a next door. It does exist, so that's where it gets a little tricky. And they're not gonna send you a letter. Usually if you're moving here, usually like the Realtor hooked us up with information on it. So, yeah, I just encourage people to ask questions and double check before anything, so.
Right. And again, I know there's been a few people that's been posting stuff online. I know Jack spoke to it as well, is that if people are soliciting and knocking on your door for cable, for utilities or something, those need to be reported to the sheriff's department. I know a lot of people are using Facebook as their communication. I strongly suggest calling the, sheriff's department, call the police department. Don't put it on Facebook in case that there is a problem and somebody is, like you're saying, open door, or there, look at all these cases here that could happen. So do not put it on Facebook if there is a safety concern, okay? Because I know I see a lot of that on there.
We have, my elderly parents live with us, and they have a separate phone line, and my mom's she's been getting spam calls quite often, and she can be a little nasty at times, but the most current one was, I think, just a week or so ago. She got, and it was multiple times during the day, talking about your Apple account has been breached. We don't even have an Apple account. She called me right away and asked, which is great, but it's just another thing that they're trying to do, so just beware.
Yeah. As a block, yeah.
There has been some elderly people that, here in town, last year, that were taken for $5,000 to $6,000.
I know it's the Block Watch commander. I tell people this all the time. There's this other guy scam. They say you won $500, but you need to send them a check for $25.75 with your bank account number. Like I tell people, either slam the receiver, don't pay no attention to it, because Jack, like you said, they're out there just to scam the public. That's their goal.
Okay, and I also want to add to what Misty was saying, is if you need to get a hold of Town Hall for water bills or a question, or do you need to report something, and she may be at the window, because again, almost 65 to 70% of the people in town still come to pay their bill at the window, okay? So again, I want to stress this enough, that if you cannot get a hold of her, we can't go through the messaging and call these people back, because we just don't know who they are. We wouldn't know who to ask for, because it comes up as a wireless call. If you're not able to get a hold of her, do leave a message, okay? If you can't get a hold of her and she hasn't returned your phone call, then send it down to my office, okay? There are different extensions when you call into Town Hall that you can leave a message at. Leave it at the mayor's, leave it at myself. If not, send us an email. If we're still not responding and there seems to be a problem with the telephone system, we always let people know that, okay? But we have not experienced any telephone issues in regards to not returning phone calls back, okay? And again, if there is an issue with the quality of your water, or you have a question about your bill, and I see it all the time, my bill is high, please call in. Please call Town Hall to discuss your bill. We won't discuss this in any manner, any sort of reasoning on Facebook, okay? So I just want to be very clear with that. If you can't get a hold of somebody, all of our information is updated on our website, and that's mtsterling.org. It has everybody's addresses here, and we all know who the council members are as well. If we're not sending back a response, please get in contact with them as well, and they can forward that response to us, okay?
And does that go for meter readings? So
Yes.
some meters, I believe, are estimated.
Correct, yes. And we do place those tags on there. So if there's a question about, we need to get a meter number from you because we can't get inside your house, then again, those are to be reported back to town hall, or again, it could be emailed to any of us or called. Okay, so there are several different ways to get a hold of it, all of us, okay? Okay, so starting with my financial reports, council, you have in front of you, again, we are looking at December activity for your financials, but the two reader reports that you have obviously are the lapse because we did not have our last meeting of the year of 19. If you guys have any questions on these,
Randy.
again, we're still enrolling in the delinquency program. Again, these numbers will go down, so you can't really have an accurate number because all of those have been collected up front through this delinquency program. But the collections, are where they're supposed to be. Is there any questions on the Rita? Okay, so the appropriations, as you know, this is as of 12/31/19, so that it is a comparison of the December bank reconciliation. Again, in my report for the general fund, we were at 68% when we ended at the end of 2019, so that was way below budget. Because of course, every year lapses, these monies that have not been spent, the monies that have not been spent are actually carried over to the next year. So the next meeting on the 27th of January will have a reflection of new budget, new monies. So we should be at our percentages, not even 1%, okay? So we did look very good in the general fund. And the water fund, which is always, a big fund that we look at, that was sitting at 69%. And that's even after the loans have been paid. Again, just as a reminder, I know we're a couple months ahead, but July is our next payment installment for the sewer and the water loans. Okay, and page 9 and 10 are your sewer operations at 85%. They look very good. There were some, I'm going to say corrections or repairs that we needed to make down there. So again, still below 15% below budget of what was expended for 19. Okay. Any questions on appropriations? Okay, so comparison of budget and appropriated, again, this is for the year of 2019. We are right where we're supposed to be as far as what was budgeted and what was appropriated. Any questions on that? And again, stop me if you guys have any. Revenue status, page 2. As you can tell, we were 112% above what was estimated for revenues for the year of 2019, which is good. And again, you guys, the next meeting on the 27th, you will see a reflection in this, obviously, starting from 0. And then for the street, or the water, on page 8, 73% that we're showing here. And for page 9, we are showing it 72% for the sewer. Okay, receipt listing, again, this is for December of 19. There's nothing that really stands out here. I mean, it's most of our general acceptance of water and sewer payments. Again, our third quarter installment for the Charter Communications, which is Time Warner, those are for people like to watch their cable in town. So that, there's no reflection here of any change. Anybody have any questions on those? Okay, so the payment listings, again, nothing out of the ordinary. Just for the public's site here, again, we're on Ohio Checkbook. If anybody has any questions, that is all outlined on Ohio Checkbook for Mount Sterling. And of course, you can always contact me, and I can let you know if you have any questions on these payment installments. The ram towing on here was to get our dump truck fixed for the snow. So that was all maintenance and repair on what we needed to have done. And the pump at the sewer plant, which is showing that repair that we needed to have done for $3,100. But you'll also see on here, just to let you guys know, usually when the year starts again, you have, as the new, like for instance, insurance reserve that you have on here in Medical Mutual, those are the new insurance, health insurance that we have for the 3 of the employees here. So you'll start seeing those installments every quarter instead of every month. Okay? And cash summary by fund is the next report. And the general fund, it's pulled at $543,957.82. Don't quote me on that one, but, yeah, look, everything's looking very good. Our next meeting is, correct me if I'm wrong, David.
It's in February,
Yes, it's in
Commission.
February, and it's gonna be that first Tuesday, I believe
Yeah.
it's the 7th.
First Tuesday, yeah,
Yeah. At 10 o'clock.
yes.
February 11th, I apologize. February 11th at 10 o'clock. The commission will be here. Again, it is open to the public. It is also viewed online on our YouTube channel, if you cannot attend that at that time. And hopefully, we do get a good report on that. So, again, there's been no update from the state auditors in regards to an estimated time of when we're going to actually get out of physical emergency. But it's looking very hopeful that, we are in stance where we're supposed to be.
Looks like there's light at the end of the tunnel, I'm hoping.
And again, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to contact me if there is any doubt or any question that you want to have answered, okay? So the next thing that I'll be passing around is the bank reconciliation. It was reconciled on January the 7th for the month of December. It was reconciled to the penny. So everything has been accounted for, nothing more, nothing less. It is zeroed out. Again, these notes that you have here, they have been carried over for years upon years. Hopefully, I would like to get those off with the auditors, granting me that wish, and then those should never be appearing on there. So I will pass this around. I'll also ask Mayor Darlington if I could have a motion to accept the financial reports of the appropriation status, the revenue status, the receipt listing, the payment listing, the comparison of budget and reporting, and appropriated, the cash summary by fund, the 2 reader reports that you have, and the bank reconciliation from December of 2019.
Can I have that motion?
motion.
Second.
Roll call when you're ready.
Okay, David,
Yes,
Andy,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
and Jay.
Yes.
Okay, and I will also pass this around as well. If you could please capture, and I can capture your signatures. And then I'll pass this around. I was figuring I can wait until they're done so we can pass both of them. And then Mayor Darlington, I'll need you to sign this one as well, if you want to sign that. And I believe that is all that I have for my report.
Thank you. At this time, we will discuss committee reports. This is a time of the year where we assign new committees to our council members. And to do so, we need to elect a president pro tem. That position is the person responsible for selecting the different committees that all of our council members are part of. So at this time, I would like to open up the floor for nominations for President Pro Tem.
Madam Mayor,
Yes,
I'd like to nominate Dave Timmons.
okay, Dave Timmons has been nominated for President Pro Tem. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Or just
Yes, roll call.
roll call for him, or other?
Others.
All right, is there any other nominations for President Pro Tem at this time?
Mayor, I nominate Becky Martin.
Second.
Okay,
Okay, hold on. All right. And then second was Andy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
are there any other nominations for President Pro Tem?
Hearing none.
With that being no more nominations, I ask for a motion to close the nominations.
So moved?
Second?
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Sorry, just a second. Andy and then Craig. Okay, roll call. David?
yes.
Andy?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
At this time, we will take a roll call vote for President Pro Tem of the 2020 Council. I would ask that you name the person that you are voting for. We have David Timmons or Becky Martin.
Okay, would you like a roll call?
Yes, roll call, please.
Okay, sorry, just a second here. Okay, David,
Yes?
are you?
Yep.
For you?
Yep.
Okay. Andy,
Becky?
Craig,
Dave.
Becky,
Myself?
Jay.
Becky?
Okay, I have a 3-2 to 2
Okay.
for Becky.
So Becky is our new President Pro Tem. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
David, we appreciate all your service as President Pro Tem. Did you do that for 2?
And this for a year. I do like to thank the people. I enjoyed working with the commission stuff, and I hope Becky the best of, thank you for your job, Becky.
Very good. We will be having a meeting soon to talk about the different positions for committee reports and that sort of thing, so. At this time, I would like to bring up ordinance 2020-01. This is an ordinance amending the rules of council. We have rules of council that we have to live by every year and vote on every year. So I would ask for a motion to approve the amended rules of council.
You have it?
Okay, second. Roll call, please.
David,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Jay.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance is passed.
Second motion.
Oh, second motion? I've got second motion for the amending of the rules,
Yep.
council?
So moved? Anyone
Oh,
second?
I'll second. I got a, sorry. I got a little lost.
Yes, please.
Right.
Is this,
David,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
yes.
Jay.
Yes.
It's now adopted.
Yes, you're just gonna, you're gonna ask for a roll call to adopt.
Roll call to adopt ordinance 2020-1.
You have that motion?
I second.
Roll call?
David,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Jay.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2021-01 has passed.
Thank you for putting up with the bugs. At this time, we have a roundtable. Do any of our council members wish to speak?
Oh, one thing I want to bring up, we got some real good comments. I was at this Veterans Museum, and our bricks, of what we have here, is equivalent to the main place they have in Columbus, at Veterans Memorial, at the Veterans. And I'm so proud that our village has this, and everybody knows I work with veterans all the time, and I'm so proud of what we've done in our village. And we got and a lot of tourists come and take pictures of it now, so maybe we got us another tourist spot too.
Anyone else? Becky? No?
I know. It's a new year. I actually forgot to bring my newspaper with me, but I did see that the Mount Sterling Library is getting ready to start a new program, which sounds really interesting. They are combining like crafts and robot making. There's drawing and all kind of crafty stuff, but again, they're going to take apart computers and they're going to make little robots, and it's a new program. I just read about it. That's getting ready to start here in a week or so, I think. So contact the Mount Sterling Library, because children, I think that sounds really cool. So, yeah, maybe they would let older children go too and build some robots. But, so I did read that in the paper, and that's interesting. So our library does have a lot to offer, as well as our community center. So those, you really need to get out there and look at all the activities going on.
So it sounds like if you can't get a hold of Misty in the office, she's probably building robots.
Exactly. Exactly.
Becky brought up about the library. We got one of the greatest museums for a small town, and Jack, you go down there a lot, and I want people to take time to go down there. Our displays we have during Veterans Day or anything like that, Jack's got an excellent book on the history of the football in the area, which is worth your time to take a look at. And the old yearbooks, see what you look like years ago. It might make you feel good again.
No, thank you. Anyone else have any comments?
Congratulations, Becky.
Oh.
President Pro Tem.
Thank you very much.
And I would just like to say that probably by the next council meeting, I should have an idea what hours I will be keeping here for the general public to stop in. You can stop in anytime. I may be popping in and out, but at least I want to have some set hours that you know for sure that you can come into Village Hall and be able to sit down and talk with me about anything that you would like to discuss. And if I don't know the answer, I will definitely find out the answer. So at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
And second, please.
Second?
All right, roll call.
David?
Yes.
Andy?
Yes?
Craig?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 7:36.
Wow.
Thank you.
Get home to that football game, right? Wish Ohio State was in it. Darn it.
I'm just gonna say, you rotate.
Yeah, he's got a White Sox, he's from Boston, Detroit.
You'll have the whole league, Andy.
Yeah, that's,
I didn't think you were, I always wondered, how does a Boston fan make?
I gotta look through him again.
and then that makes more sense.
Hey.